So you're feeling lost in life. Well, I do have some news for you. This seems to be part of life. The reason I'm making this specific video today is because I've seen a lot of videos here online, as well as interactions, participation with people outside, i.e., in the real world, where there seems to be this ideology of things are so hard that the only option is to quit. Now, I get, I can empathize how maybe you might think that that is an idea that you could or should entertain. Um, but I'm here to tell you a few things that I absolutely know to be facts and hopefully light a bit of fire underneath of you to in fact change that ideology, because you're not doing yourself or anybody around you any kind of good with this type of mentality. Now, how you got here, how you got to feeling lost, most of what I've encountered personally are people that are in their 20s, their 30s. And as somebody who is in their 40s now, I do know very much what it's like to feel and be lost. But that idea of quitting, that's never been one that sat with me well. And I'm going to tell you why. As long as I can remember, there has been lots of doom and gloom. Okay? It's pretty well on a repetitive cycle at this point, to where you can almost like from downtown call what's going to happen next. So here's the first thing. One, take a look at history. I'm not here to teach you that. This is something that you got to do yourself. Take a look at history and watch the cycles, okay? I'm not going to feed any of this because the whole idea is for you to go out and see, process, and understand that this same technique has been used for probably longer than we know or will ever know. So, Shine, what am I to do then, my guy? Well, here's what you do. Myself included, I don't know a single person who got to where they're at right now, in this moment, by quitting. Not one. I know lots that aren't here. You can fill in your own blanks on that one. And I know that this problem is getting worse. And I know that there's a solution for it. The first part of the solution, okay, is during the big shutdown, and I'll refer to it as that. Something happened where we were put into boxes, quite literally, and then time was compounded on top of that. And then the world opened back up for a minute just to close it back down. And then they opened it up again just to close it back down. And then they opened it up again, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Whatever it is, I do know this. We human beings are tribal descendants. Let's go with that, okay? And what that means is you need to be part of a tribe. Now, I know it's difficult with people coming into your life and you thinking that you've made a connection and then they disappear. And you're left wondering, what did I do wrong? Probably. And then compounding that with all the other things that you then identify that are not going correctly for you. I.e., I'm in my 30s and I want a family, but I don't have a partner, so I'm just going to give up on that dream. When you stop looking for things, when you stop forcing things, and you accept your part in all of it. For years, I ran a program and I called it Man 2.0. And I need to change that term to Human 2.0 because all of us are at a point right now where we have an opportunity to level up. Okay. And when I use this terminology, level up, it means you have an opportunity to take a look at things, to check various sources like never before. You get to choose who may or may not be your mentor to help you to get to understanding some of this stuff. Manifest all you want. If you do not put the applied action, you will manifest the day and possibly your life away. But everything requires action. To complain requires action. To restrain requires action. To obtain what you seek to obtain will require even more action. And if you're not okay with that, don't start climbing the hill because you'll fail by your measure because you're used to this cycle of falling down. So start slow. Get to something you can achieve. Reassess your assets. And your assets are all that you are, your skills that you've learned, the way that you can or cannot interact. See, this goes both ways. You got to look at where your strengths are and where maybe the weaknesses are. And then I want to hit right here in the middle. Okay? Because this idea of perfection, this idea of we can't, two things. Perfection only exists in slim categories. And we absolutely can. And if you can't do it on your own, okay, if you're stumbling, trying to find how to get back to it is, or to get to where it is I need to be, because that's for you. Don't copy somebody else. Don't mime somebody else. Tell me one person you respect. Tell me one person that you look up to. And then think about why you do. Is it because they're exactly like everybody else? Probably not. Neither are you. So it's going to take a minute to figure out exactly how to place yourself where it is you've been called to be placed. But if you don't take the little bit of time, okay? Take the minute now to avoid the hour later. And until then, keep on shining, baby. We out.